hopefully get this to not be crooked. Hello, hello. Hello. There you go. All right. Coming around to say hello. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday morning, friends. Foodie friends. Oh my goodness, let me get everything set up here so I can see y'all. Let's see, how are we all doing today? Okay, there we go. Oh, I see my thumbnail that I put on just before is a little bit crooked, but hey, that's okay, right? That is okay. Let me do this so I can see everything. As you can see, I'm in some of my coziest, my finest, coziest things because we are experiencing, oh, by the way, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Philly. Amy, if you're being personal. And hey, Barb, how are you? Good to see you. Are you hunkering down for this nor'easter? So we on the East Coast are experiencing a nor'easter coming up the coast. Luckily, I don't think we're gonna get much rain from it, but the winds have been whipping up and our coastal communities will get some coastal flooding for sure and beach erosion, which is never a fun thing. But we had more rain yesterday, and Hubs can talk more about that when he comes on because he was actually golfing with our eldest and his wife and our youngest. And anyways, it was a spritzy day, not the best day for golfing, but they thought it was going to be okay. It wasn't. What are you going to do, right? I was home dry. I'm very happy about it. I'm not going to say, what am I saying? I'm going to add I was dry. That's what I want to say. But yes, so we are cozy. And if you are joining us, we are going to be, or I should say, I am going to be sharing. Hubs is here. He's going to be popping on. But I'm going to be sharing some egg hacks, some things that, one, I've been enjoying, but I haven't done my own version of. And two, that I weren't aware of, except for our lovely socials, right? Sharing different things that we might not be aware of. And so you're in for some fun things today. Hopefully you'll come away with some things that you will enjoy or that you want to try yourself. But I always try things first here. One of the hacks I've already tried and enjoyed it. You might have actually seen it on a picture I posted like a month or so ago. And the other egg hack is one I'm trying live here to let you know. And I'm trying it 2 different ways, by the way. So, and then lastly, like I said, the third thing is going to be a sandwich, an egg sandwich that Hubs and I enjoy when we are on the move and we need something quick. But this one's going to be even much better. I am confident. So, Barb, it's so good to see you. Yes, it feels very fall. So I have to giggle about this because, I wanted something cozy. Although I will tell you, this is quite thin because, I get a little warm. And so to me, here is a perimenopausal woman that wants to be cozy because it's that kind of day. It's windy, it's gray, yet I'm still warm. So I did get myself this. I got to turn on. Look at that. So if I get hot, I can, it has a low and it has a high. Ooh, it's even higher. Can you hear how it ramped up? So if I get warm today, I can get out my handy little fan here. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I picked pink because why not? So what's great about this is this charges through a USB, get in there, port, you see that? And so I was charging it last night so I could use it today if I get warm because I want to be cozy, but I get warm. That's just the state of my affairs these days, but I digress. So yes, and no rain here yesterday, Barb. Okay. Interesting, because we did have in fact, babe, did we have legit rain or was it just all spritzy? I think at one point we had legit rain. Yeah.
Oh, it was legit rain.
Yeah, it was legit rain. So it was it started off as spritz and then got to legit rain for sure.
But it only lasted for a short period of time. Then it just went back to the spritzy stuff.
Yes, and today I think it's supposed to be dry for the most part, but windy. So yes. So the last thing I wanted to share, since I'm in my cozy Sunday clothes, is what I really wanted to wear, and Hubs would attest to this, is my favorite loungewear when I just want to be a slug and cozy. But I didn't think I was comfortable enough wearing it on the stream today. First of all, I don't know where I got this. I think I probably got a TJ Maxx. I've had it for years. It's kind of this like textured, you can kind of see. But what's nice about, especially for these days how I'm feeling, is inside it's smooth and actually keeps you kind of cool and warm at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's one of my favorite tops to put on. And then these I'm pretty sure I've had these from the 90s. The waistband no longer works. The elastic has like left the building. And so the strings are the only thing that keeps them on. And then just for good measure, and it's amazing they're as white as they are. They're kind of gray because I think I literally have had them since the 90s. But then this is the best part, is they've had their wear and tear. So we've got a little bit of hole action going on there. They are so comfy, and what's nice is they're super lightweight. In fact, if I push my finger through, you can actually see some skin color there. I don't know if you can tell that on the camera. So it's just kind of funny. They're cozy, but not too warm. And yeah, so you can imagine when I have these on, it looks like the butt I do have looks like it's completely disappeared. So baby don't got back, I'll tell you that much. In any event, these are so comfy. And they're my usual go-to, but I didn't know if you all were ready for that. So I'm keeping that private except for just showing you.
What you making?
So I am making eggs today. I would always get, yes, it is my favorite, Barbara. It makes me so happy when I put it on. Do you have a favorite outfit? Does anyone, like when you have a day that you just want to be a slug, when you just want to be cozy, is there a favorite outfit you have? Because Barb, that's my outfit. And Hub's going to attest to that because I'll throw that on after work some days. And don't give me this. He's doing this. He's doing this. Are you my producer? I don't think he's my producer. Y'all, is he my producer? Is anyone else doing anything on this Sunday? Oh, I'll keep talking. Right, babe? I think he's decided he's my manager. Oh. Barb, tell him to sit in his seat and know his place.
I'm hungry.
He's hungry. That's why he's doing that. Oh, yay. I love it. Great, Barb. So we are doing eggs today. So I'm going to do, the first one I'm going to do, I'm doing on purpose because I want something to chill. So we're going to kind of do part of one and then let something chill because I want to try the miso egg. So miso is our secret ingredient that we'll be doing 2 different versions of. And I put links below from any of the things I was inspired by, but I'm going to, of course, do pretty much my own take on it, except for the Jose Andres eggs. His favorite eggs are apparently, get this, microwaved. Now, I'll tell you, if anyone of you follows social media and food, you will know that whenever an influencer or someone like me that has tens of tens, only tens of tens, when you put on something with the microwave, immediately you get this hate. Oh, it's poison. Oh, it's this. Now, I don't know. I don't use the microwave as much as I used to because of my air fryer, but we use the microwave for things. I don't usually use it for eggs because I don't like how they turn out. I think there was a few years ago that I was known to throw in some eggs, in like a measuring cup like this and get to microwave just to be quick. But what I don't like is that it does not really cook evenly and it ends up being quite rubbery. Like I don't love the texture. There's a lot of things I don't love about it. But Jose Andres has a way that he enjoys his scrambled eggs in the microwave that changes that. And I will say this is one I tried beforehand because I was just so curious and it really is lovely. So yeah, so I'm gonna show you how to do it. And I want you to try that sometime and see what you think. But first, we're going to mix one of our miso things because it needs to chill in the freezer. So miso is one of my favorite ingredients. To me, it brings such kind of saltiness and umami to anything you add it to. And one of the things that I've never added to is eggs. And I know I've actually seen you can make miso, oh my goodness. Miso deviled eggs. I've never done that, but I'm going to try it in scrambled eggs. And there's 2 ways you can do it. One is you could just add to it, like you would season it almost towards the end if it's cooking time. And the other way is to make a miso butter and then cook it in it. So I'm going to try both. I don't think they're going to make much of a difference, but we'll see. We'll see. That's what I'm here to do. Let you know. But one of the things we're going to do is mix our miso butter because they did say, and the link is below, that it was important that it was chilled. So I'm going to mix it and put it in the freezer because I thought I could have done it ahead of time, but I'm like, you might be like me. First of all, if you have miso, which is a great ingredient, highly recommend, you might also not think about these things ahead of time. And I say, I feel like those miso eggs, Philly talked about. This way you can do it quick and just put it in the freezer to let it, chill up. So let's do that. So we're going to do equal parts miso and butter. And so I've got my butter and I'm going to put this here for a second. So this is cold right now. So we're just going to get some mixed up. And I'm just going to do equal parts. I'll probably put about, I don't know, a tablespoon at most, maybe half tablespoon when I'm cooking it. So I do add butter. Oops, there it is. I do add butter when I am cooking my eggs usually. I used to add like a Pam and that kind of stuff. I went through a period where I did all those sprays. But the thing is with those sprays is they leave, no, this is not to say an oil spray that is true oil in one of these containers. But I used to get the butter flavored ones. So part of the problem with the butter flavored ones is it's butter flavor. So, oops, I'm sorry, my carpet is having a carpet issue here. So part of it is like, what is that butter flavor? Is there anything natural about it? But the other part is that I guess in the spray cans, there's materials that can go onto your pans and they can cause any of your nonstick pans to become less nonstick. I'm not sure if that's a thing. I mean, it is a thing, but I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Now, I have been getting away from nonstick pans. So this is a ceramic pan, which is a way, if you still want that nonstick surface and you don't want to go the route of cast iron and letting it get real seasoned. There's also some tricks of the trade if you have a stainless steel. But so I like a ceramic pan. So yeah, but I do like to add a little butter because of the flavor. So what we're going to do is add equal amounts of miso and butter. So let me just try to estimate. So I don't feel like you have to, be super careful about it. Okay, that's not working. I need a little mixer here. Okay, let me get that off. I'll show you, so this is hiding my miso. There we go. And I'm going to get the same amount of butter. So I'm just eyeballing it. I think that's about the same amount. And this is more than I'm going to be using today, but then I figure I'll have it, right, which will be nice. Now, I always keep my butter on the counter unless we're away on a vacation because I like it being spreadable. In fact, one of the things I'm going to ask for the holidays is one of those butter keepers because it helps keep it even, I think, more, more like germ-free or something. Anywho, so it stays good. But makes it nice and spreadable. Oh, this smells so good. So this is what it'll look like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this all to the bottom so it can kind of firm up together. And I'm just going to pop this in the freezer then, this little container. So you could obviously do it. Is it
safe to keep butter just not in the fridge?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yep. I am.
I think you're lying.
So, babe, I imagine that you probably grew up with it a lot being not in the fridge because it used to be that butter was left out of the fridge because it was more spreadable.
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, it's okay. You don't have to remember. I'm just going to taste this, just see what it tastes like.
If I get sick, I'm blaming you.
That is a flavorful butter. In fact, I've never had miso mixed with butter. So many things you could do with it. So at the very least, get yourself some miso and try it mixed with butter because besides scrambled eggs, I think there's so much you could do with it. So now I'm going to pop this in the freezer. Oh my gosh, that is so good. I'm going to pop this in the freezer and let it firm up. We'll use this later. So pause there. Of course, my freezer is a little full. Hubs would say, when is it ever not full? You'd think I was like storing up for like a big, what do we call the end of the world? Apocalypse or something. Actually, I should leave that out because I'm going to need that for the Scrammies later. So I'm going to leave this right here. Okay. All right. So we have that ready. We're going to leave this out to make the Scrammies the two different ways later. But first, what we are going to do is we are going to get ready this Jose Andres microwave egg. So let me check the chat. Let's see here. Oh, Barb says to know your place. See, it's not me. It's my friends. So they are sticking out for me. Thank you, Barb. I appreciate it.
You put me in my place a lot.
And
so
you
it's-
said you never use yours. Okay, you never use your. So Barb, let me know. What does it mean? You don't have nonstick. You never use yours. Tell me what you mean. You never use yours.
She doesn't use
Row
her
pottery.
She means she doesn't use her non-stick.
No, because she said she doesn't have nonstick.
Oh.
Yeah, because she said that. She
Oh.
said, I don't have nonstick. Microwave. Okay. Yeah, and I will say, Barb, I use it less and less. I use my microwave mostly for reheating things. So like if we have leftovers and I want to reheat them real quick and they don't need a certain texture, then I'll throw it in there. We use it for sometimes I'll heat, like I usually heat water in my pot, but sometimes depending on what I'm doing, I use it to melt butter a lot. Actually, that's one thing I do. And when you are melting butter, by the way, in your microwave, you want to make sure and cut it. The best thing to do is cut it into like little tablespoon sections and then it lets it melt more evenly. Because what I used to do is I would put like a big chunk of butter in there and melt it and it explodes. Like at least mine would. And then butter goes everywhere. So the other tip when you're melting butter, just in case, is have it covered even with just like a paper towel, just something over it so that if it does explode, it catches some of it. But I use it often to melt butter. I use it to actually melt chocolate chips oftentimes if I'm melting chocolate. Yeah, so I use it for a couple different things. I don't use it so much for cooking. Like this cooking egg thing threw my mind. I mean, I was just like, what? And of all people, Jose Andres too. I was shocked. So let's make that one. So the first thing we're gonna do, and I'm gonna be making it actually, I'm gonna make 3 of them, which will take a little bit of a process because we're gonna do them individually. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna butter our ramekins. So I have my butter here, and so that's the other thing that's nice about having softened butter is it's when you want to butter a casserole or a ramekin or anything, it's so much easier. But honestly, it's for if you need some butter on your toast or on a piece of bread or a roll, it's soft and ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of this butter in the ramekin, just 2 of them, and then I'm going to start spraying around. These little silicone, these little silicone pastry brushes are lovely. So all you do is you put some melted butter in there. I'm going to actually take some of it out and put it in the other one. And you just swish it around. Swish it around. And that's going to ensure it doesn't stick, but plus it gives a nice amount of flavor. Now, I will tell you also that these microwave eggs by Jose Andres aren't necessarily low fat. They're not high fat. And you know me, I am going to be using a low-fat mayo. I have tried it with a low-fat mayo and it works. So you could use your full mayo, and frankly, Kewpie would be very nice to use with that. But I'm not going to. I'm going to just do my usual mayo because I want to be real with y'all. You're like, mayo and eggs? Yes, I know. My mind was blown. It's really crazy. And for those of you who hate mayo, you will not taste the mayo. So I just want to let y'all know that. So when I did research, oopsie, I didn't mean to turn that on. 1 second. When I did research on this method, one of the people that were helpful was a content creator on YouTube called Emmy, and her link is below. And when you watch her test things and see it full strength, one of the things she talks about is the fact that mayo adds some seasoning to it, the salt, besides the egg, and mayo is just really egg and oil, right? So besides that, it does add some salt to it. So she did not add any additional salt. And I tried it and she was right, they were perfectly seasoned. I am gonna add a little bit of pepper, and I think she might have not even added pepper, but I'm gonna add a little pepper because I like pepper in my eggs. So that's up to you whether you do it or not. But yeah, so we're going to, basically the trick, the hack, and I'm also gonna try something that I heard about today also, is that you should use your immersion blender. Now, I'm a little torn on this because that just is something else to wash. But it's a stream, so I'm gonna bring out all the guns.
Yeah, plus I'm the one that does the water.
This is true. He speaks the truth. Absolutely. Okay. So all you're going to do, oops, wait a second, this is not going in. There we go. All you're going to do is you're going to crack your eggs, and you could do it one at a time. And you don't have to have a ramekin, by the way. You can use a mug. I'm just using a ramekin because it actually helps it spread out more, so it'll be useful for one of the recipes I'm going to be doing it with. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to be making 3 of them. So 3 eggs. So let me put this here. I'm going to crack 3 eggs in here. I want them to be, I want to get my biggest eggs. I mean, definitely use large eggs, but I will say your microwave time will depend on how much volume you have. So depending on how much or how big your eggs are, that will impact, you know, how long you're going to cook them for. Okay. We'll get there. So Barb said, Row Pottery has a great butter keeper. I think I said, oh, that's great. And I love my immersion blender. Although I will say, Barb, I feel like my immersion blender has seen better days. I think I've had it for years, and I think I could probably use a new one because I just feel like it doesn't have as much oomph as it used to. So for something like this, it'll be just fine. But what immersion? I have a Cuisinart. It's called, this was like this from years ago, Cuisinart Quick Prep. And it's just, I feel like it's just losing a little oomph. So I have 3 eggs here. And then, so there's all different kind of, when I was looking at these hacks, and I never saw one officially from Jose on today. So this could be, I will tell you, it could be one of those, oh shoot, babe, he left. What's it called when, like it's a story and you don't know if it's really true or not. Oh shoot, what is that called? Legend, urban legend. This could be an urban legend. I don't know. But what I found, I think based on Emmy, is that you use per egg, about a tablespoon of mayo. So, and I'm just eyeballing it. And frankly, I'd probably do a little less, but you know me. So 1, 2, 3. Doesn't that look pretty? So 3 eggs, 3 squirts of mayo. I actually have to show you all this because this is actually it's almost like a pattern. Let me show y'all. There you go. And then last time I did this, I whisked it. Whisking is fine, but you do want to make sure you incorporate the mayo with the eggs completely together. That is something you want to do. But I'm going to try the immersion method. I'm going to put this away, by the way, so I don't forget. All right. So let's try that. And again, you can just whisk. Nice. So what someone was saying about the immersion blender method is it really cuts through any of the albumin and, so you don't have that stringiness in your eggs. I also have seen people say, strain it. Yeah, it's just a lot. So the only time I've ever strained my eggs to make sure there was none of those membranes or things going on was when I was replicating, I like to watch The Bear show, The Bear on Hulu, that series. And is it he makes it or Sydney makes it? I can't remember. I think Sydney makes an omelet. And yes, she makes an omelet for the bear who, Jeremy Allen, right? Isn't that his name? Jeremy Allen something or other? White. Jeremy Allen White, I think. And she sprinkles potato chips on top. Oh, and I did make the omelet according to how she did it. I actually have a video below. By the way, if you like eggs, I actually have a list. I don't know if it's called list. Favorites or whatever it's called. If you look at my YouTube channel, it's all about eggs. So it has anything I've done with eggs on there. So you've seen I've done a lot with eggs. And I continue to. I don't always film them anymore because I feel like it's redundant, but maybe I will. And I'm a little warm, so I'm just going to give myself a little bit of breeze. Okay. And what's nice about this is it's safe. See, look. It's not going to hurt anybody either, which is nice. Because I do hurt myself. I am like the most accident-prone person in the world. Oh, that feels good. Let's put on high. Sorry, I digress. I'm getting a little warm. Okay. Let's get that back down. There we go. So it's a great way to make an omelet, but I'm not going to do that all the time. So here we have our whipped eggs and mayo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of pepper because I do like pepper in my eggs. Oh, I see my pepper got like sloshed with sauce and I did not get that. Just put a little bit of pepper in there. So this is 3. And then what we're going to do, I'm just going to give it a little whisk, is I'm going to divvy it up between these 3 ramekins. So I have 3 eggs with 3 squirts of mayonnaise, so we're going to divvy it between these 3. And then we're going to start cooking. So 1, I just got to make sure I do it evenly. 2, 3, oh, ooh. Oops. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate because this one's going to have a lot less. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the bigger ones for the recipe. And that, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Yep, we're just going to cook the little one. So, and then you're going to cook this from 45 seconds to a minute. And one thing that does help, because one of the things you want to do when you're cooking this in your microwave, and it's on high, by the way, is you want to check it. Because when you check it, so like if you're having something cook for a minute and you check it at 45 seconds, it takes away that kind of increase in power. So it will not cook the same as if you just let it go for a minute. It will cook more if you just let it go for a minute. So I'm intentionally checking at 45 seconds, not only to see how my eggs are cooking, but also because it actually helps temper the power a little bit. Anyway, so but once you find the unique number that works for you, just that can be what you use. So I'm going to put this in for...
Is that true?
Yeah, it is true.
Is it based on fact or just
No,
your
it's
belief?
based on fact, because if you think about it, if you're microwaving something for a minute, the waves are going around for a minute. When you turn it off, then everything goes down, and then you're also letting some cool air comes in and all that, and then you're turning it back on, and it's got to kind of get all going again. So it's not going to give you the same result as doing it just for a minute straight. A minute straight.
Can you do those hand motions again with it going around? There you go.
Anything to please. So I'm going to put this in for 45 seconds, and then I'm going to check it. Oh, and here's the bacon that we're going to be using later. So mine has one of those minute, heater things, so I'm just going to keep an eye on it and take it out when there's 15 seconds left. And you can see it. It'll start, like when you microwave eggs, they start to kind of puff up. And what we're looking to do is we want it cooked just enough, almost a little bit undercooked, because I do not like, if you like an overcooked egg, then you cook it to your heart's content, but I do not like an overcooked egg, so I am going to be careful. Now there's less egg in here, so I'm actually going to take it out at 30 seconds. There we go. I don't know. Oh, I tried to get out quick. Do you see how quick how much it puffed up? And I actually think this is ready. Look, and it puffed up to here. Nope, there's a little, so if you look down here, let me show y'all. I'm going to take this because then you can see what happens in the microwave. Do you see how there's some uncooked liquid down there? Can you see? I don't know if you can see that. There's some uncooked liquid. So I'm going to put that back in for just a little bit longer. And let it puff up. So it was at 25 seconds. I'm going to let it go for 10 more seconds. You can see, I don't know if you can tell it's going to puff up. Okay. Now look at that. See it puff down? Let's see. Yep, there's no more liquid, so we are good. We are good. Okay, so then I'm going to take this. Oh, let's bring it over here. Now you can just let it sit, and I'm going to flip it. So let me put you here a second. Well, this is going to be pretty hot, but I have asbestos hands. You all know that. Oh. Well, that almost didn't work out. Okay, so there we go. So there is our egg. And so what we're going to be trying to see is if it is fluffy. Now, one recommendation I will say that Emmy talks about, I can't remember if this is, I think this might be from Original Jose also, Original Jose, that makes him sound, that sounds funny, is putting a little bit of Parmesan cheese, if you have it available, and I always have Parmesan cheese available, and then a little bit of chives on it. Does make it lovely. So we are going to do that. Okay, just put a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Or maybe a lot. My Parmesan is filling, especially, it's like really not given at all, so. And a little bit of chives. And I always have chives in my fridge, unless I'm out of them, because I freeze my herbs. And chives are one of the best herbs to freeze. I really feel like I need to do a video about freezing herbs sometime. There was someone, let me just find them. Sorry, I should have had these close. My apologies. There's someone that was like, I had no idea you could freeze them. And I'm like, yes, you can. And chives are the best ones. because they literally look like they just look just like chives. They freeze the best, for sure. Let me show you this. And then Hubs, come on over because you're going to be trying this. Hubs.
Okay.
Hubs.
All right. I got to get my thing.
So there we go. Just a little thing. And when you do this on your own, like it is quick, super quick. Well, he's not coming over, so I'm going to start digging in.
I'm trying to get
Let
this
me
thing
show you.
on.
You can put it on the side. I'm going to put it on the side, babe. It's a much better look. Now, I overcooked this a little bit. Let me show you what it looks like inside. I overcooked it a little bit. I should have taken out maybe 5 seconds sooner. See that there? Because I put it in for 10 more seconds. And so if I did this small of an egg and I did it for 40 seconds, I think it would have been perfect. Okay, so now there's your fork. I'm going to try it.
What are these?
They're little Jose Andres' favorite ways to have eggs.
That doesn't help me what it is, though.
It's fluffy, it has great texture, it's perfectly seasoned. If you do an egg in the microwave without this method, it does, oh, whoops, sorry. It does not taste the same, and the chives on it are delightful.
Good with some ketchup. Broken.
Well, we gotta ask now. I'm not a ketchup on eggs person. Are you all a ketchup on eggs person?
Only if it's just really plain.
Oh.
If it's really plain scrambled eggs sometimes, but
I'm telling you, for just an easy way to whip up an egg, that's great. And what we're going to do is we're going to use it to put on our egg sandwiches we're going to make today. So when I say we, I'm using that loosely because it's really me. You say hello.
Hello.
Boy, he's friendly. Okay. So Barb was saying she uses the blender for soups and also puddings I make. Yes, I think that is wonderful. And you have a KitchenAid one. Gotcha. And Barb is a yes for scrambled eggs with ketchup.
Yep.
It is really tasty. It's amazing how, and when we think about what mayonnaise is, it kind of doesn't surprise us because you're adding a little more fat in there and a little more egg in there and some seasoning. So it's an easy way to make an egg in the microwave. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to actually hold these off because I want these to stay warm before we make our final sandwich. So the next thing, let's do that miso. So I'm going to first do the miso with some butter, and I'm going to scramble an egg, and then we're going to add the miso to it. So what I'm going to do, actually, let me get my thing, is I'm going to use my immersion blender again. That there, because might as well make it really good. And we'll get 2 more eggs.
How many different egg things are you doing?
3.
Okay.
But 2 different versions of miso eggs. There we go. So I'm going to do 2 eggs here. I'm going to use half of it for the one way with the one method. They're both using miso. This I've not tried. But we're going to do one way where the miso is added when the eggs are almost cooked, and the other way where the miso is added to the butter ahead of time. And where did my little rag? Oh, here's my rag. Okay. So I'm going to use my immersion blender, just like I had before, because it does whip up nice. Now with miso, my recommendation would not be to add any salt because of the saltiness of miso, but if you want to add pepper, you can. And I'm actually going to add white pepper because I have white pepper, and white pepper is used in, 1 second. Very satisfying. Look how whipped that gets. You know what I will tell you is at Christmas Day, one of the things that we do, besides making the monkey bread, it's a recipe I also have here. I call it cinnamon rolls or sticky rolls, but it's like monkey bread essentially. We always do cheesy scrambled. That is how I'm going to be scrambling them up because it's so much easier. Like, I'm glad that this immersion thing, it does give you something else to wash, but the immersion blender is quite easy to wash because you rinse, you wipe it with a little bit of soap, and then like a little soapy water, and then you're fine. So here we have our 2 eggs, and I'm going to add a little white pepper to it. Again, I'm not adding any salt. You can just add regular pepper, or you could leave it out. I'm not going to add any salt because there is salt in the miso, and I don't want it to be too salty. Okay. Oop, that was a bit more white pepper than I was expecting, but we shall see. And I do like. Okay. And I'm going to be cooking half of these here. I'm going to bring y'all over so you can see. Let me bring y'all over now, actually, so you can start seeing. Bring you over. Okay. There we go. Whoops. Oh, I just like hit stuff. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so y'all can see. All right, so we have our miso. We have our butter. Let me get mine on. I'm going to put it on medium heat. I'm going to get my butter in. It's just 1 egg, so that's probably like about a teaspoon of butter. You can add whatever butter. Measure your butter to your heart's content. And then we are going to be adding some miso after the eggs are almost done. I'm going to add about the same amount. See? Oh shoot, I think I just invaded butter into my miso, which is not a good idea. Let me get that out. Okay, I'll get it out. Let me use this to get it out.
What's that noise?
It's the induction. So I have way too much miso here, so I'm not going to be adding all this. That's my induction burner.
Oh.
So we're getting the butter melted, and then we're going to add half of our eggs. Did you know, by the way, that 1 large egg is usually about a 1/4 cup? Did you know that, babe?
No,
Yeah.
I did not.
It's about a 1/4 cup of liquid. Fun fact. All right.
That is a fun fact.
So there we go. So letting this get. So I'm going to add half of this. That's going to be the hard part, is just trying to estimate half of this. Okay, I think that's about half. And I'm going to, this is going to be measured quick. I'm actually going to turn this down because this is going to cook quite quick. Now, of course, you could cook this. I'm actually turning it off because this is almost cooked. You could cook this the Gordon Ramsay way. And it's almost there. Oh, wow, this is happening fast. Okay, let me get some of my miso in there. My word, that happened fast. Holy cow, eggs are quick. I do not like overcooked eggs, so that's why I turned off the heat, but I want this miso to kind of get into the egg and season it. Not going as quickly. I think I'm going to be in favor of the miso butter because it's just going to do it all seamlessly. Okay. Oh, it smells good though. I'm not going to lie. It smells really good. Okay. All right. So we are going to, I'm going to put this in, I'm going to put this on a plate to stay warm in the microwave, and we'll taste them both together. So this is the one where the egg is mixed with miso later. So let's get that on the plate. I should have warmed the plate, but alas, I did not. All right, and we're gonna get that in the microwave, not to cook, just to stay warm. The microwave, Barb, if you don't use it, you've heard me say this, one of the best ways to use a microwave, if you're not using it for cooking, is to use it as a warming, not tray, but you know. 1 second, friends.
But it's not any warmer in there.
No, but it insulates, so it helps keep things warm. Does that make sense?
Not really.
So, okay.
But I guess it does.
So here is our firm miso butter, and we are going to get this started. I'm going to just put on 4 this time, and I'm going to, let me see what I should use. I'm going to use the side of the fork to get some of this out. See, it's firm. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna let this melt. As I'm thinking about this, I'm not really sure why. This was from Bon Appetit, by the way, this method. I'm not really sure why it's important that we firm it together. I'm not really sure about that. That I'm kind of wondering about. We're gonna add our eggs. Oh, there's more egg this time, which is good because this might be better anyway. Okay, and then we're gonna get them cooked. By the way, a little method for making great scrammies is, as the scrammies are almost cooked, add a little bit more butter, and that it'll cool it. It'll cool the mixture down, which will help it stay a little creamier. And I'm going to bring this way down because once again, it is almost cooked. In fact, I'm going to turn it off. So I know you might say, it's not cooked, but it is almost, see, look at this. Now, Gordon Ramsay would be stirring these constantly, but they just cook so fast. Even that one cooked fast. Holy moly. All right, so there they are. So these are our other scrammies. Okay, so I'm going to put these on the other plate. Super fast. That's one of the things I love about eggs is they cook up quick. Now, I am on both of these going to put some chives on part of it because I think chives go so well, especially with Asian flavors. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. But you don't have to do this. Let me get some chives or in my fridge. Get those back and add them to both of our scrammies. Let me show you both. And then we're going to bring Hubs over to try. So this one has so few. I feel bad for it, actually. But we're going to put some chives on both. The thing with frozen chives is you can actually even pick them up, which is nice because they are firm and frozen. Just the best. I'm telling you, if you don't freeze any herbs, freeze your chives. It is going to be a decision you won't regret. All right, so let me bring this here. You can see my little outfit that I did not wear today because I was afraid it was sharing a little too much. But there we go. Okay, babe, you ready? And we need to get you a new fork. There you go. I'm going to put this in the fridge. Our miso butter, I'm going to put in the fridge. 1 second. So first one we're going to try is this was where miso was added. 1 second. Was added later. Let me just show you guys real quick. I can already tell you I overcooked my eggs a little bit. Like eggs, they cook so fast, and I like a soft egg. But oh well, that's where we are. So this we're going to try first with the miso added later. Oh. That is so good. Isn't it? Okay, he did not react.
No, that is good.
It is so good.
It's like a richness to it.
So rich.
That's really good.
I'm telling you, oh my God. The flavor that miso gives anything is delicious. Here, you finish that. Because
okay.
Now let's try it the other way with the miso butter. I don't think we're going to notice much of a difference.
So what's the...
It's the same stuff. It's just a different technique.
Okay.
So let's try it.
You said with butter?
They both have butter.
Well, okay.
Oh. So it's really good. I almost like it added later. I thought I was going to like this way better. First of all, they're both delicious, but I actually like it better later. A little bit. Well, that one I tasted more of it. I feel like it's more pronounced when you add it later. It's more subtle when you add it with the butter. What do you think?
That one.
Yeah. Right?
Yep.
No, help me with these. Wow.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're not adding miso to your eggs, change it.
Ooh, that's a big bite.
So good. I'll do a big bite.
Yeah, I like the... I mean, these are great, but... No, I'm not going to finish.
Okay, one more bite, just because I have to cook. I have to finish. Wow. You know, I'm also wondering, stick with me, what about mayo, miso, egg, microwave? Right? Let's blend these. Let's add the mayo, a little bit of miso, whiz it up, and do it in the microwave. I mean, just if you're looking for time. I love, I don't do scrammies usually in the microwave. I did do it the one time. So the one advantage to doing scrammies in the microwave.
Washing these?
You don't wash them, because this is going to be quick. We're just having a couple plates.
Okay, I got it.
Now I forgot what I was going to say because I'm laughing at my husband. So the only reason I would do it in the microwave is because I like the shape. So one of the reasons I did it when I tried this like a month ago was I cooked the eggs that way so they would keep the shape because it makes a nice egg sandwich, which is parlaying or segueing, maybe the same thing, right into our next recipe. But I'm telling y'all, the miso, you don't have to because it's your life, but your life is going to be less seasoned if you don't have white miso. No, I've never had the red miso. I always get white. Not that there'd be anything wrong with the red, but
It doesn't look white.
It doesn't look white, but it's whiter than the red.
Huh.
It is so good. So good. Like, I'm going to need to do that. I'm going to be doing that.
What are you making next?
I'm just relishing the miso eggs right now. All right. He's like, hurry up. Right, babe? We don't need these anymore because we already have some eggs waiting in there to be cooked. So we are going to cook up those eggs for our last recipe. So our last recipe is based on a sandwich that we always get if we are traveling, and sometimes it's when we're traveling like on a road trip because Starbucks are everywhere, right? So sometimes, we'll get a breakfast sandwich and they are super fast and easy to get at Starbucks, and it's their Gouda, egg, and bacon. Oh, yeah. And we both love it, but it's not cheap, but it's fine because you're kind of stuck, you're traveling, and so you're like, okay, I guess I'm gonna pay for it, right? But making it at home, it's gonna be better. So I will say, the one thing, yes, Barb, you have got to try miso. Miso is going to trump your ketchup, I bet you. I bet you're going to be like, this is so good. So good. And miso can be used for so many things. I still have not explored all the miso pastas you can make.
Miso soup?
Well, that's very miso. So I do use it mostly in my broths, like not for chicken noodle soup, but you could add some. But for any of my Asian soups, I add it as a base of flavor. But in any event, there are some pastas. I think there is a pasta. It's not cacio e pepe style, but maybe it's more like a miso Alfredo or something. Or maybe, whoopsie. Or watch it. A miso carbonara. I'm just going to say this because there's nothing wrong with that miso, but it has butter on it, so I wanted to get that out of the thing. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to begin making our sandwich. So this sandwich, I just love the combo. So we're going to get some things prepped. So you do need to have Gouda. And I'm realizing I should have kept my Gouda in the fridge because now my Gouda is a little soft, going to be harder to cut. But at least I have, you know what, I love this knife. The knife, having those holes there really enables you to cut cheese more easily. And I already have some bacon ready. But honestly, you can mix around the cheeses because egg sandwiches are just fun and they're delicious. But the Gouda and bacon really works. It is really yummy together. But honestly, at Starbucks, they're quite small. And so when you think of the price and everything, it's just kind of, it's a lot. So I think we need a little cheese tax.
Oh, yeah. I love Gouda.
Gouda is Gouda. Okay, so I'm going to slice some of this to go on our egg sandwiches. You don't need to, one of my favorite things is aged Gouda, which is a harder cheese.
Smoked Gouda is the best.
Which is great for a charcuterie board or whatever, but that's expensive. We're just talking regular old Gouda. And you could play around with smoked Gouda to try that, but just regular old Gouda. And regular old Gouda is also a little bit more reasonable, not a little bit, but definitely more reasonable in price. So we have our Gouda sliced, we have our bacon. The bacon's all ready to go. Okay. And then we need to get rolls. Now, the rolls that they use are more of an artisan roll. And the store did not have the artisan rolls I wanted. So the thing is that, at the end of the day, use what rolls you can find. So you could always use brioche. You could use a bagel if you wanted to. There's just so many choices. But I will say the artisan with that little bit of tang in the dough is really, really nice. But these are Portuguese rolls. So that's what was available. These are going to be very mild. They're not going to have the tang, but they will be delicious. So you get what you get and you don't get upset, right? That's the mantra with my kindergartners and first graders. You get what you get and you don't get upset. So I'm getting 2 of the rolls out. And the first way you can really make it better is by getting this toasted. So I'm going to toast it in my air fryer because that is a great way to use an air fryer. And what I'm going to do is, now I highly recommend, so first I'll toast it. Second of all, toast it and spray some olive oil on it. And if you're feeling especially Sunday indulgent, toast it and spread some butter on it. And that's what we're going to do. Because our butter is soft, it's going to be easy to spread, which is part of why you want to have softened butter, right? And you don't need a lot. Just going to get some, so you can just get a thin little layer. because it's just going to add a little bit, it's going to help it brown. It's going to add a little bit of flavor. And it's going to be worth it. And if you're dieting, you're not going to do this, but if you're not dieting, you could definitely do this. I'm always trying to like match the buns with, and it's not going to work. All right, that's fine. All right, I'm digressing. So I'm going to get these in my air fryer. So my air fryer, what I do is I have a preheat function that's at, I think it's at 400, and that's what I put it on, and I just watch it. I won't do it for the full 5 minutes because the preheat is for 5 minutes, but I'll check them after a couple minutes. And so those are going, and now we're going to get our eggs cooking, and that is why I wanted to do the eggs the Jose Andres way, because they would be a little easier cooking. Now, we've been sitting here letting them sit a bit, so I'm going to just give them a little quick whisk in there because they've been sitting for a minute. I'm not sure you need to do this, but it makes me feel better. And then I'm going to put this in. Again, this is more full, so this one I think is going to take about 50 seconds. So I'm going to check it at 50 seconds. And let me just tidy up. And then this is going to come together quick. So what we're going to do is we are going to turn it out, and we're going to get some cheese on it melted with the bun and the egg. And then we've got the bacon. In fact, with the bacon, I'm going to cut it in half so the slices go nicer on it. And it's going to be yummy. And this is what our main breakfast is going to be. So I'm going to put these here. And my one thing is at 40 seconds. Oh, there we go. Oh, but by the way, next egg I'm going to show you how much it goes up. Okay, so there is quite a bit of egg on the bottom. So I'm going to let this go 5 more seconds, and see, it's gone 40 seconds at this point. Oops. Wait a second. 1 second, friends. I should not have. There we go. Let's let this go up. I'm going to let it go 10 seconds because, so I don't know if you notice when you listen to your microwave, it turns on, but it doesn't really go. And there's still moisture there. So I'm going to let this sit for a second, see if it cooks, and I'm going to bring you over to show this one. Now, while we're doing that, I got to show you our air fryer because it's done. It's at 3 minutes, so 2 minutes have gone. Oh, it did not do much. Huh. It needs more. Usually see, it's the preheat 400. Usually it does something by then. All right, so now we're going to get this in here. I'm going to do it for a minute. Let's see. There we go. Now watch what happens. Of course, it's not happening yet, but you're going to see it puff up. So I'm going to try to let it wait a little bit and take it out because I took it out at 40 seconds. I'm going to try to wait for 45. I said 45, but it got so puffy. You'll see. You'll see why I always get like, ah. And so you're going to feel that same way too. Okay, come on, puff. There it is. See, it's starting to puff. Oh, there it goes. So we're at 30 seconds. Look at that go. It's like a souffle, for goodness sakes. So there, oh my gosh, that's where I get. Okay, so I get a little bit nervous. Okay, oh my gosh, okay. Do you see how big that is? Look at that. See how hard it is for me to let it stay in there? Oh my gosh, and it's pooling over. But you know what? I think that's the amount. So mine was 16, so it was like for 44 seconds. This is still really liquidy, so I need to put this in for a little bit longer. And I need to check my my buns. Oh, sorry, don't mean to get you all sick. Yeah, they got lightly. They got lightly. They're just not going to get, I think nature, oh, okay, and that kind of went multitask. Oh, there's just a little bit of liquid, so I think we're good because we don't want a lot of liquid, but we do want a little bit. I don't want them overcooked. Okay, let's get y'all back. Let's get y'all back. All right, and then what I would do, oopsie, hello, is let's take out the tops. I'm going to put these tops over here just so that they can keep things warm. And then on these bottoms, I'm going to put the cheese and pop them in for just a little bit longer. so the cheese can melt. Because that will make it better. Melted cheese is always yummier. Put those back in for just a little bit, just to get that cheese melting. Now, these buns are a little bit bigger than I was planning on getting for there's these frozen ones that are kind of artisan rolls that fit the size better. So these are going to be a little bit bigger than I would like, but it is what it is. Everything's staying warm, which is nice. And these sandwiches are almost good to go. Oh my gosh, DS, hello. How are you? Good to see you. I didn't see you popped on. Yes, Ruby's right. I cut so much off, and as Hubs can attest to, so I'm going to go for a little bit longer, I'm so uncomfortable with it. She cut a lot, so it's a little more than I like having cut. It is what it is. It'll grow. Hair grows, right? But definitely cut a little more than I was expecting. And DS said, eggs was Anthony Bourdain's favorite thing to eat. He called himself an egg slut. I would concur. I would say I'm an egg slut too. I love eggs. It would make me so sad if I didn't have eggs. Eggs are, I have one egg every day with my breakfast so that it stays with me and I don't get, now see, it's nicely melted. Look at that nice melting. And that's the thing that's nice about Gouda. Yes, they are extraordinary. Exactly. Eggs are extraordinary. And they're excellent. All those things. Okay, let me bring the plates over because it's going to be a little hot. And we're going to put our sandwiches together. Okay. There we go. I just realized I have a bottom and a top. I meant to put on both bottoms, but we have a bottom and top. So they're going to look a little different. So I'm going to, wait, this is a top. So I'm going to get the bottom. And then I'm going to put my bacon down. Basically, I'm going to flip two of these. The meatier stuff. Okay, I'm going to put my bacon down here. And of course, we're putting more bacon than Starbucks does because we can. And then this one egg just did not cook as much as I wanted it to. But that's fine. It's fine. And then this one, let me just flip this one. Yeah, the thing is, I will tell you, I would much rather have a little bit of egg moisture there than totally dry, because that will make it better. And then here on the bottom, or on the top, we'll put the bacon for this one. That's what we'll do. All right, so let's get this. So the egg is going to seem a little dwarfed here, so you all just have to bear with me. It's going to be a bit dwarfed because of everything. And you could, maybe we could cut it a little bit to let it, yeah, let's cut it. That's what we're going to do, because we can do whatever we want, right? I'm going to cut it lengthwise. I said that really funny. Ooh, that is warm. I'm going to cut it lengthwise so it spreads out more and fills our bun. That works much better. I feel much better about doing this. Okay. See, you just have to figure out proportions, right? This is a slippery little sucker. Holy cow. Okay, this one did not go as nicely. I'll give this to Hubs. Did you hear that, Hubs?
I did.
But what would you say? You'd be like, I'll eat anything. Right, babe?
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Oh, that's a slippery little sucker. Okay. So my recommendation, unless you like dry eggs, which I do not, is to make sure there is a little bit of moisture down there, because that ensures that the egg is not going to be overcooked. Highly recommend that. You do not want to see a dry bottom there, only for babies. You don't want to see a dry bottom for your microwaved eggs, because that means it is going to be way overcooked. So here's our sandwich.
Wow.
Before it's lidded. Put that, ooh, nice.
Which one's, that's the ugly one for me?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
they're fine. They're both gonna be good. Why do you always start cleaning when we're about ready to cook? You know that's my biggest pet peeve. Babe. Look. Nice. Actually, no. Well, let's divvy, because
No,
we are.
no,
We are, because I want it. Maybe I like it better the other way. Yeah. And plus, I wouldn't get this reaction. I love this reaction. He's the best. All right. So these Portuguese rolls are quite fluffy.
Well, you're like,
Oh, nice. Oh, I'll give you that one.
so you took.
Well, I took the worst one
Ah,
here.
okay.
I'm taking the better one there. 1 second. In fact, I definitely get the smaller ones. I only got 2 pieces of bacon. You have your hog in the bacon. Yep. He's hogging the bacon. Okay.
I love it how I'm hogging the bacon and I'm the one that said don't cut it.
Oh, sorry. I got like a random hair here. Oh, you know what I forgot to say? I forgot to tell y'all at the beginning of the stream. Stay for the end because 2 announcements, and I am so late saying this. So we have 2 announcements at the end of the stream. So if you're about to get off, don't get off. You'll miss it. Don't get off yet. All right, so let me show you how yummy these look. Look at that. Let's just look at Hub. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You come over here, babe. All right.
All right. Do you care which one I eat?
No, cheers first.
Cheers.
Show. Oh, come on.
Oh,
Smile. Do you know that so many times I take little clips and he's frowning most of the time? You are. He's frowning most of the time.
I just want to eat.
I know. That's his mantra. On his gravestone, I just wanted to eat. That's what's going to be there, right, babe?
Yeah. That's really good.
Look at how fluffy that egg is. That's why this Jose Andres way is so good. It makes such a fluffy egg.
Very good. And the roll's actually pretty good with it.
I need a napkin. What I'm missing is the slightly, sour, not sour, but the flavor. An artisan bread has that like tang. So I'm missing the tang.
Yeah.
But you get what you get. You don't get upset. I couldn't get those today, so these are what
I think
we're
it's
getting.
actually really kind of good with
But
it.
isn't it amazing how fluffy the egg is from
Yeah.
that microwave method?
Definitely is.
So friends, before I announce the 2 announcements, the first one, not the first one, the first thing is to remember what we did was we made the eggs the Jose Andres way with a squirt of mayo, and I used a light mayo, so it works with that too. You can use full fat if that's what you have, do what you have. And if you're vegan, you could, well, I guess you wouldn't be eating eggs if you're vegan, so never mind, because they do have vegan mayo. But, and mixing that, and I like a scant tablespoon per egg. So, it's adding that fat and flavor to it. And then you don't even have to add pepper if you don't want pepper, but I like pepper. You don't have to add salt because the mayo seasons it. And that worked out really well. The other thing we did that is my game changer, because like this is something I know I love because we get them at Starbucks, but these are much more satisfying and bigger.
Miso.
Miso, is that miso and eggs? Oh my gosh. In fact, DS, have you or Ruby ever had miso and eggs? Oh, Andy, how are you, by the way?
I'm good.
Oh, I like my jokes super easy. Oh, you're on a roll, DS. I love it. I love it. Let me take one more bite. The Gouda and bacon.
Get to the announcements.
It's so good. Oh, stop rushing me. You're eating. See, he just wants to rush me even if he's not hungry. But the miso is game changer. I'm going to be, I think on the weekends, that's going to be my thing. I'm going to be doing miso with eggs.
I think it's a good idea.
And remember, mixing with the butter beforehand, I mean, you can, but I actually preferred mixing a little miso at the end. I thought it gave a stronger flavor in a way that was delicious and good. And then the last thing we did was recreate our favorite Starbucks sandwich for much less money and much better fillage, right? Much more filling and delicious. So this is just a good combo, bacon, Gouda, and egg. And you can even make the eggs the Jose Andres way. You could also do this with a fried egg, or you can kind of make an omelet or scrammies and put them into whichever you like, whatever you please. So our announcements, we have 2. The first one is more exciting than the second one. The first one's really exciting. We're going to save that one for last. The second one that I'm going to say first is that I just want you all to kind of keep me in your good thoughts, good vibes, prayers if you do that, because I'm entering a competition in Philly. It's called Philly Recipe, or Recipe Philly, might be Recipe Philly. And it's a local competition where you are trying to have your recipe, a recipe that you've created, compete, with other creators, and they're trying to put together a local menu that uses recipes from local chefs and content creators, and not like chefs like Mark Vetri chef, like people that aren't like chef yet.
You made it past the
And I've made
first cut.
Yeah, so I'm going to be going to
In November.
November. I'm going to this kind of PR event for it. So I don't know yet if I will be on the show, but I am past the first cut, and we had to submit all this stuff. So I'm really excited about it. And just to let you know, the recipe that we're going to be sharing, that I created, I haven't even done a video for yet. But I made it for Hubs when we went to Italy. There was this dish that we had in Venice.
Oh.
It was called pasta negro with prawns and olives, and I recreated it for pasta negro with shrimp and olives because we don't call them prawns here. And one of my nearby seafood monger had these Argentinian shrimp, these whole shrimp, which really made the perfect thing. And we got these amazing Ligurian olives at the Italian market just south of us. So I'm very excited because that is the recipe. So pass good vibes, prayers, anything that you do this way, because I really, even though I know I might be sorry that I said it, because I'll be super nervous, I'm really excited about it.
Right.
So that is coming up. So I'll keep you posted about that, but I'll know more after November. And by the way, the show wouldn't be until the spring, but I'll know more after November. And so the second thing, we're going to be grandparents. Our eldest and his wife are expecting, well, she's expecting. He's just enjoying the expectation. And yes, they're going to have a baby in March, end of March. So we are so excited. We are going to be grandparents, and we could not be more over the moon about it and excited for them. And we're excited for each other. I'm not going to get in the inside joke there, but we're just thrilled. So yes, so if you are grandparents and you know the joy we're going to be experiencing, but we have not.
Cool.
We've not experienced this yet, so we
really,
are just
really,
so
really,
excited,
really,
and we feel
really
so
cool.
blessed. So yes, so that is our big news. Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you for both, DS. So exciting stuff happening, which is nice because the news hasn't been great. So it's nice to have some exciting stuff. So that's a good thing.
It's good to have good stuff.
It's good to have good news. But thank you all. The next live stream is, and I totally forgot because that is so me. The next live stream, let me just get up here real quick, is going to be on the 22nd. It's Wednesday. So it's not this coming week. It'll be that next week. And I'm so excited. It's at Casa Boring. I don't know how to say this. You might be able to help me with this, guys. Borinqueña, because when it has the little thing there, it's queña. Maybe Borinqueña. It's a vegan Puerto Rican cuisine place. And what I'm super excited about is I have a very special guest.
Cool.
Yeah, Matt's going to be an uncle, by the way. I'm sorry, I just digressed to the whole baby thing. Matt's going to be an uncle. But it's a vegan Puerto Rican cuisine in the city that I've been hearing good things about. And my niece, who's vegan, is going to be joining me. She'll be my special guest. So we're kicking Hubs out.
So I'm out.
And his attitude and his I'm hungry, I don't want to hear you talk thing. And so no, we love you. We love you. I make the best content from our takeout try and buy. So I love that you're there. But I'm so excited for my niece Erica to be there with me as we taste the food. So very excited to try that. That'll be the next one. And then ending the month is going to be my son, Matt, my younger son, who's going to be an uncle soon. My younger son, he's going to be joining me for a spicy carbonara, twist on carbonara cook-off. So we're both going to bring something yummy to the table, and we're going to see who wins. And maybe they're both winners.
Who gets to choose? Me?
Yeah.
Cool.
You got to be there, though.
You better be nice or I'll choose
You
him.
better make sure you're there. You better make sure you're there.
I know.
He's going to be the judge. If he is going to like not be there, then we'll have to find someone else, and that would be lame. But
Well, I don't know.
I know I'm
when
putting
it
it all
is.
on him right now. So, anyways, Barbara Diaz, anyone else joining us? Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And until we eat again, bye, friends. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay
See ya.
safe.